Hello, everybody. I didn't think I'd have to make this video, but it's happening. We're here. We're in it now. So recently, there's been a lot of drama happening, and it's been affecting both me and my friends and some other people, and it needs to be put to rest. And I'm here to clear up everything I can and to hopefully put a nail in this whole thing so we can be done and go back to our normal lives. I would be working on some other projects right now, but I have to make this. I have to make it. The shit is whack. Now, there will be a lot of sensitive stuff mentioned in this video. So if you do get a little uppity very easily about certain topics like child porn, harassment, stuff like that, I would just tread lightly, okay? That would be a good idea. Yay! Now, to start, my channel is not about drama, and I don't really want to cover it at all, ever, because it low-key's stupid and dumb. And if you see anyone mentioned in this video, just know they are not to be harassed, no matter who they are, what they've done, or what you think of them. Harassment is a load of ass, and also one of the reasons this situation is happening in the first place. Now, the two people at hand are this person, Dr. Dumb, and this other person, Warden. Dr. Dumb also falls under the alias of Henry Silk Avita and Emo Spearmaster, which I'll get to, and Warden is just Warden. A long time ago, back in 2024, I was streaming Lethal Company, and this guy, Dr. Dumb, joined my stream, and I thought he was pretty cool. I was playing Lethal Company with random people at the time, and so I invited him on, and we just played Lethal Company together. Eventually, he introduced me to most of his friend group, and a lot of them are some of my really good friends that I'm still hanging out with to this day, still streaming with, and I am honestly very grateful for that. And that's all the nice things I have to say about Dr. Dumb. Now, there was this friend of ours, Next Cascade. His relationship with Dr. Dumb is very rocky, to say the least. They were not very nice to each other for a long time, and Next Cascade has said his own fair share of regrettable things, and it's also not great. But he has since atoned for those things, I believe. And I'm very proud of him for that. He's a very good friend of mine. But there was a day where Dr. Dumb decided to take all of the things that had happened between them previously and use that to fuel this kind of hate towards Next. And it went on for a day or two, and eventually I found out, and I had to go to talk to Dr. Dumb and Next Cascade to hopefully clear things up. This eventually led to Dr. Dumb shifting that hate onto me for simply trying to talk to him, and up and left our friend group. It was kind of upsetting because he kept saying that I was his first online friend, and he didn't want to lose me, but I'm gonna be honest, he did it himself. Now, this all happened around Christmas of this year, the whole Dr. Dumb getting mad at Next and me. But while he was gone, he joined this server owned by some other YouTuber, Warden. Now, Warden did a bunch of Hollow Knight stuff, a bunch of Silksong stuff, all of which Dr. Dumb is a big fan of. And so that happened really without any of us knowing. This isn't important just yet, but it very much will be. Now, after a little bit of time, I saw a comment on one of my own videos from this user, Henry Silk Avita, saying, "I miss y'all." Pretty easy to find out that that was just Dr. Dumb under a new account, but eventually he did apologize for all of the things that he'd said to me about Next Cascade, because on that day that he left, he was extremely rude. Like I said, specifically just to me and Next Cascade. Mainly to me, because I was the one trying to defend my friend who had grown into a better person by then, but clearly that was disregarded. Although we accepted his apology and he got invited back into our little friend group. But after a couple of weeks went by, Dr. Dumb, or Henry, was caught having child pornography of Dandy's Wood characters on his phone, which is illegal, by the way. I want to shed some light on that. And even if it's not, like, directly punishable by law, it is still very bad. It's disrespectful to the creators, and he probably could be sued by them if they so wished. That also might be a long shot, and I think that the original artist should be sued, but it's not my thing to tell. Whatever. Funnily enough, the person who found out that Henry had this stuff on his phone was Warden. And we got sent the conversation between Warden and Henry about the situation. It's very hard to read. Henry makes himself very, very guilty really quickly about the whole situation. It's just sad to see. After that, we went and confronted Henry, and he said that the pictures that he had saved on his phone, he was using as evidence against this guy in case it was ever found out that he was a bad person. There are a couple things stupid about that. One, probably should have used that as evidence immediately instead of waiting around like that. Two, don't, like, keep it on your phone. Saying you just forgot is a stupid excuse when you're using your phone every freaking day. And three, it's not your job to expose people like this, but if you want to be a hero, you go to you. However, at the time, his explanation to us, we didn't know whether or not to believe it. And that kind of ambiguity, we didn't want to ban Henry again, just for a misunderstanding, and so we just waited. However, Henry eventually removed himself because he switched over his name again to Emo Spearmaster. Now, the reason he had done that was to escape the bad history that he had with both the username Dr. Dumb and Henry Silk Avita, because all of the drama that had happened between him and us was under those two account usernames. But when people didn't call him Emo Spearmaster, he got really pissy about it and up and left, acting like they were his dead names or something, which it's a username on Discord. If you didn't want to be associated with the things that you'd done in the past, you probably should not have done them. Now, we wanted to find out what Dr. Dumb, as I'll be calling him from here on out, was doing during his time where he wasn't part of our friend group. And so, we saw the person, Warden, who first exposed him, and decided to try and contact him. However, when Next Cascade tried to join his server, he was banned almost seconds after, and none of us knew why, because Next Cascade said that he had never known Warden at all. Now, our assumption is that Dr. Dumb had been talking about Next Cascade in a bad light in that server, like asking someone to draw them beating up Next Cascade, which is kind of really petty and stupid, and eventually they came up with the Next Cascade files. He didn't even do anything at that point, at least nothing worse than Dr. Dumb. So I tried to reach out to Warden and kind of, get some answers, what was going on, just to have a little chat to clear some things up, explain why we knew him, all that jazz. And we had a pretty good chat. Warden said that Dr. Dumb was just harassing people after he got found out. And we also found out that Warden had filed a police report on Dr. Dumb, which I guess, alright. Thanks for that, honestly, since, having child is illegal, but I'm not so sure how well that'll actually hold up. And like I said, I think the original artist should be held accountable instead. But we should move on. Now, after we were done talking, I mentioned Next Cascade to try and see why he was banned, and maybe if he could just get added back to the server. And he said, quote, "Oh, fuck that. I know about that creep." What? What? Huh? First of all, you called my friend a creep with absolutely no explanation. And not only that, he then banned me from his server just immediately afterwards. Which, I didn't even do anything. I was just trying to, ask for some answers. It was really weird. None of us had known why he would do that. And like I said, that reinforced the idea that Dr. Dumb was spreading harmful speech about Next Cascade while he was still in the server. Now, we'd already proven that Dr. Dumb was untrustworthy, yeah? I feel like that should be the case. Now, after finding out that, wouldn't you take into question some of the things that he said by then? I probably would. Now, very shortly after our whole talk, Warden started going around calling us cultists and Henry defenders. For what purpose? And the entire point I came to talk to Warden was to find out what other heinous stuff Dr. Dumb had been doing. I wasn't even trying to defend him. We just knew who he was, and he used to be a friend of ours. And cultists? There is no Dr. Dumb cult. I don't know where he got that idea from. There is no Easter Bunny, there's no Tooth Fairy, and there is no Henry cult. Not only that, but he also called me a stupid cunt after I finished talking with him. Like, are we for real? You said that he was the one harassing you, but it kind of seems like it's the other way around. Not only that, but did I forget to mention Warden's rhetoric while confronting Dr. Dumb. Oh, you should be terrified. What does that mean? Girl, you can just report him and be done with it. This was your ordeal made by you. We all found out what Warden was saying about us, and I should specify, us doesn't mean every single one of my friends. Just a small group of people who knew each other and were related to Dr. Dumb in some way. Now, I do not want to directly say who these people were, just to protect them from, Warden. Because not only did he report Dr. Dumb and filed a police report on him, he said that he was going around to other places on Discord where Dr. Dumb was to try and get him removed off the face of the internet. Which I can kind of understand, because yeah, he was definitely painted as a predator, but let me let you in a little secret.
Warden is 5 years older than Dr. Dumb.
Things kind of got put into perspective when we found that out. I then started documenting everything that was happening up to this point, which is in a Google Doc directly linked to this video, if you want to check it out. It's basically a recount of everything that happened and all of the screenshots there for you to look at, view, without having to pause during this video. Which I posted that I would probably have to make a little while ago. Now, Warden found out about that. That's understandable. I bet he probably would have if he knew who I was and knew what my channel was. Then he started talking about it on his own channel, calling it a slander campaign and that it disgusts him. Today, I found another one of those creeps trying to make their big expose video in my community to start some issues. This isn't starting issues, this is ending issues. Issues you caused, by the way. All of this because they're too terminally online to fuck off. I want to point this out. Warden is the chronically online one. If you go to his channel and look at his posts, you'll see that he posts almost 5 times every single day. That also puts a couple things into perspective. Not only was he being extremely rude and disrespectful about us for simply knowing Dr. Dumb, but he's also, for the most part, a hypocrite. Take, for example, his confrontation with our friend No Good Name, who had also joined the server just to see what was going on. Warden says, we need to talk. You come into my community to cause trouble like the rest. I know that already. I know who you're in contact with, and you're an idiot for being near them. But I promise you one thing, none of you will outlast what is in store. This is harassment. In Warden's own server rules, he says no harassment and no toxicity. Do you tolerate that stuff or not? None of you will outlast what is in store. All of the important things of this situation is that he, out of all of us, is the oldest person here. And he's acting insanely power hungry just because he found out a single person had child porn on his phone. And then he learns about us having a relation with Dr. Dumb, and even though we tried talking to him about the situation to clear things up, he then cut us off through banning us from his server and making it extremely difficult to reach out to him. All of this knowing he's a legal adult. He said his community was the one being harassed, when low-key, he's the one going after us with the accusations of us being cultists and calling me specifically a stupid Apparently he used that word a lot. He called us creeps, he called us cultists, and he called us idiots. I won't be having you disrespecting me, bruv. And he said we defended Dr. Dumb, which for one, we certainly did not do. We tried to help bring light to the situation to give more of a perspective to what was going on. And then inherently, that means he was calling us CP defenders, which yes, he did call us that. Which, no, child is illegal. No one should be defending that. And we couldn't even tell him because he had cut us off, like I said before. Now, knowing how he went about enacting his plans for Dr. Dumb, removing him from different servers on Discord, it's safe to assume that he might just want to do the same thing to us. Which, seeing him talk about us like this, kind of makes it clear that he might just do that. And I do not want to get hurt. I do not want any of my friends to get hurt. I do not want them to be harmed. I don't even want this situation to be happening in the first place. We are, and never have been, a cult. We were not harassing you, and we are not defending child pornography. This is a grown man trying to threaten us. None of you will outlast what is in store. I tried reaching out to you through your comments. I tried making a post about it on my own YouTube channel, and we know that didn't work because he just posted about it on his own YouTube channel, calling this video a slander campaign. You want slander? I'll give you slander. Your weaver's nest is small, and its pillars are old and destructible. None of you will outlast what is in store. You can't tell us what's in store because you cut us off. Or do you want to now tell us, after all that has happened, after this situation that you helped propagate? Are you gonna step up now, or do you not have the balls? Now, tell me, would it surprise you if I said this isn't even the end of the situation? Because this was originally supposed to be the end of the video, but so much has happened between when I started working on this and right now, the day I'm posting it, that I had to start working on a second section. Now, this will also have some additional information on Dr. Dumb, and some reasons that I hope to never see his face again. If you didn't already believe me when I said I'm not trying to defend him, you probably will now. Let's start with the first new piece of information we found. It's about Dr. Dumb. By the way, this is just a rant. It's not very scripted. I have some points that I want to talk about, but for the most part, I'm just speaking my mind. Any screenshots you see are real, no matter how many times Warden says they're fake. So, back a year or so, both Dr. Dumb and a bunch of me and my friends were into Dandy's World, you know, just because it's a cool game. And it just so happens that that was the same kind of weird art that Dr. Dumb was looking at. Crazy. But, on two separate occasions, Dr. Dumb tried role-playing with two of our friends, and apparently another one, but we don't have screenshots for that, so let's just move on from that. The first one was our friend Emery. In this screenshot, he is saying, "I'm gonna kiss you," as GG, apparently. The GIF that he sent is cut off, but Emery has said afterwards that he was extremely uncomfortable about the situation. This also happened with our friend Mars, basically a similar thing. And in these two screenshots, he's role-playing as V, being like, "If I give you this flower, will you go out with me?" And it's not nice. I don't like it. And basically enough evidence to deduce that he might just be a predator, guys. Oh my gosh. No way, I can't believe this. The next is about Warden, because not even like a day later than this situation would have ended, he started like just harassing more people, and that's basically just gonna be his main offense for everything. Another thing I want to point out is how he called us a cult specifically. like, his community isn't one. If you go to his channel and look at his comments, you'll see that a portion of the people have the same profile picture as Warden. Like, different accounts under different names, but all with the same profile picture. And taking into account their, like, mannerisms and how they talk, it might be safe to assume that Warden and his fans are of a similar age gap to Warden and Dr. Dumb. Crazy to think about. Another thing that I think is important to bring up is Dr. Dumb has said that his mom is threatening to take legal action against Warden because, you know, there was like a police report filed and everything. And that is their own business to settle. That is between Dr. Dumb and Warden. And like, one thing that I find a little crazy is that Warden isn't even like saying he's just gonna win in court. He's saying, someone is apparently threatening to sue me for harassment, Lamau. Like, you are harassing people. This is how it works. Another one of the weird things that he has said before is specifically in this screenshot. By the way, Keiko and Dynamius have both served their purposes and are no longer useful. If anything more happens, please ban them, and I will block them shortly after. Yeah, I love calling people tools and only having connections with them if they're useful to me. This is just... Tell me you have a history of harassing people without telling me you have a history of harassing people. Oh, and he does have a history of harassing people. So, Warden used to have an account under the name Niji? I don't know how you pronounce that. And there was this video made by someone, Gigi, I don't know. And it's basically a whole thing about Warden before he was Warden. Except this time, it was in the Nine Souls fandom. And one thing I want to point out is how much he's getting glazed by this person. Like, again, this is why I think it's safe to say that his community is actually somewhat of a cult. It's almost like he's projecting onto us. This video is an archive and stitched series / compilation. It was originally uploaded by our immortal Niji, but has now been removed, so he may move on. We respect our Lord's wishes in this endeavor, but wish to make sure his message is preserved even if he distances himself from it. Praise be the immortal Niji? This man is not a god, he's some random 20-year-old on the internet. I also just clicked on this thing and it says, plus there's like evidence that Lucky and Momo are a bit of a thing. Meanwhile, straight person, YT, or what does that say? Wait, Lucky is a lesbian, huh? Are they? He's committing to double het slap. Wow. Like, I'm a little scared to look into this. I don't want to find out that Warden is actually some serial killer or something. But in the end, that account of his got removed again for harassment. So it seems not much has changed now, has it? Now, this might be a bit crazy, but we actually have a special guest on this video. And it's fucking Dr. Dumb. How bad of a person do you have to be to get Dr. Dumb to make his own testimony against you? Like, are we for real? And it is also about, Warden's previous account. So I'll just let it play.
So, a while ago, here's what I found from, all the evidence that me and a few other people have gathered. So, a while ago, about a year ago, this one dude named Niji decided to create an account on YouTube and Discord and join the Nine Souls community to see, just kind of point out Nine Souls and such, and his content was very, like, calling out and just talking, and basically just slandering a lot of people. And turns out he hated a lot of art and was a huge god complex. And so after a while he was banned and deleted his YouTube account. But there's actually still an archive on there of all of his YouTube videos, and I looked at them, and yeah, this dude was somewhat of a god complex. Anyways, and then fast forward a few months later, in September, he made a new account under the name of Warden to see if he can try and start over again with a new YouTube and new name and such, trying to leave everything behind, run away from his past mistakes. And he gained a huge following, including me. I used to be part of his following, and these fans were loyal. And after a while, I noticed that some of the stuff he was taking action against was a bit extreme. Like, there was a guy who I talked to Toll about, who was very edgy at the time, and Toll said, "Hey, let's mass report his account and automatically ban him if we ever see him," which was very fun to hear. Not really, but like it was just shocking, because you don't just do that. And then someone else who got banned for apparently supporting someone who was doing some weird stuff. They were banned, and apparently Warden found his YouTube account and apparently just doxed his entire face to the Discord server, which is very unprofessional, I'd say. If you find someone's account after a while, please don't just like dox their face or something. Warden banned someone who was part of his old community, actually, for having some pretty bad stuff. Very similar story to how I got banned. Basically illegal stuff, not realizing how bad it was to have it. And he talked with Toll and the co-owner about it, and they said it's alright, they'll forgive him. But then a couple days or hours later, they banned him. This is info that I'm getting from the person who was banned himself. He said that Toll and the co-owner said that it was alright and that nothing bad will happen to him, and then he got banned hours later or days later. I don't know the full context. And then one of my friends got banned from Toll's server for basically just harassing him. And I have screenshots of him harassing him, and it wasn't very it was very light of the harassing. So he just took measures to the extreme there. Saw him as a very big threat and banned him. Life without parole, which is just very unprofessional. And when I got banned, I talked to the co-owner about what had happened to me and how it was very similar to the other person who to another person who got banned. They said, "It's alright, just try and not do it again." And then immediately, 3 days later, Warden messaged me and banned me about the whole situation. And put my name out there on the internet for everyone to see. And since he has such a huge following, everyone in the comments was supporting him throughout the whole thing. And Warden went scorched earth on me and tried to remove me from every big community I was a part of. He banned me from a huge server I was a part in, and when I joined a new one a few days later, he banned me in that one within hours too. And then I joined another one and found out about the whole Niji situation, and he got scared, joined, and tried to get everyone to ban me as well, but I left before they could. What I think is Warden is scared about this whole situation and thinks that people might find out about this. So he's trying to stop me from being in any big public servers to call him out for it. Especially the one he was originally a part of. And basically he's still this huge god complex, thinks he's the best in everything. Such. Alright, that's what I had to say about this.
Yeah, okay, moving on to present day. A couple of our other friends started to try and reach out to Warden, and this is a prime example of just the hypocrisy of Warden. This guy, clarification needed, is saying, get it right, but you also won't listen to the other sides. I'm guessing he's talking about Warden being really ignorant to any information. And then he mentions me, saying it's the same with Arlie. None of y'all can fathom trying to reason with each other without belittling. Pretty true, at least based off of all the info that we have right now. And Warden says, okay, you're just fucking stupid. and then blocks clarification needed. Like, this is showing that he is extremely ignorant to anyone who is against him, which is not great when we're trying to settle something like this. There was also this person, Fireclip, who was in cahoots with a couple other people who were in cahoots with Dr. Dumb, just trying to get his side of the story. And I don't really want to mention them because, yeah, I don't want to be friends with Dr. Dumb anymore. One of the things he kept saying was, Fireclip, I'm in your walls. Like, considering how serious this situation is, telling someone you're in their walls is not the next move. It's actually the last move. I don't think it's a move at all. Like, what the freak? Another thing he said specifically to Dr. Dumb was, Henry, you initiated a harassment campaign against me. You used fake screenshots, which I want to point out are not fake. Literally, there are so many of them that it would be a freaking pain to try and, like, edit them all together in this amount of time. Went into a community where the fakes came from. If they came from somewhere, they're not fake. Like, what are we fucking talking about? And tried to instigate them to harass me and my channel, which is also not something that he has done. Most of the happenings have not even been about Dr. Dumb, because Warden is just dragging it on to all of us, which is, you know, harassment. You and your friends have slandered me for hours on end, threatened me, called me slurs, and have been trying to ruin the channel. And this is also not true. If someone called him a slur, I would have mentioned it by now. There is literally nothing about him getting called any sort of slurs. But there is something of him calling us slurs, as if I didn't mention it already. You know, the word c***. So I had to bleep it out so many times. Can't even talk to you, and so, like, how would we be able to threaten you? And all of this is without any sort of screenshots provided from him. So, like, I don't know, someone has information presented and the other does not. That being Warden. You got other small content creators to join in to try and run me through the mud. And all this because you couldn't stand the consequences of your actions. Had CP. This is actually something that I pretty much agree with. Because, yeah, Dr. Dumb had that, and I don't want to look past it. It is very bad. Like I said, don't need to restate my reasoning. Yeah. Not once did I ever tell anyone to harass you. In fact, I said I don't condone it. He also said not once did I ever bully you or spread misinformation. The misinformation here is that all of our screenshots are fake and that we're creeps and that we're part of a cult. So basically he is. Like, are we for real? Everything I've said about you has verifiable proof. Every claim you made to ruin my name, I can also prove you wrong. You caused your own tragedy. Can you prove him wrong, please? Can you do that? I'll literally watch whatever response video you make. I don't care. Now, here's another thing to note. It's also from Dr. Dumb. Like, I don't like getting information from him, but where information is, I'm probably gonna look there. Dr. Dumb says, just Niji harassed me 2 weeks ago. Still trying to recover. I don't know who this Ember person is, but they're talking about how much of a god complex he has. And says, I promise you, the Nine Souls community don't give a fuck about him. He even had the audacity to ban one of my friends from his server and called her a god complex. Although, did he try to call me a pedophile? He's calling me a pedophile actively. He's fucking weird. Okay, I can see. Yeah, I can see that now. Remember, these are all these people's words, not mine. My own words include, oh damn. Since Dr. Dumb is still underage, calling him a pedophile is probably not the most accurate statement to make, but he is a danger on the internet, and that is important. What also is important is how much of a terrible reputation Warden already has across different accounts. He's literally doing the same thing Dr. Dumb did when he switched to Henry Silk Ovida and then Emo Spearmaster. Warden went from Niji to Warden. And it's the stupidest thing ever. Also, one of the things that my friend had to point out to me was Warden changed his user and profile again to Adolf Tito. Are you a fucking Nazi? I'm not even gonna talk about that because it's just a username, and low-key that's the only thing even hinting at him being a Nazi. And that is something entirely different from the situation at hand. There's also something he made in the announcements of his Discord server that includes Fireclip. I don't know if I talked about them already. Includes Fireclip, where he says, also, I don't condone harassment, but you are your own person at the end of the day. Do what you will with this information. And then he just sends Fireclip. Like, how can you say not to harass a person and then just dump all their information everywhere? As if you're trying to insinuate to your audience that you want that to happen. This is just a low no one should be stooping to. It's dumb. And also, yeah, I forgot to mention, Warden is actually now 6 years older than Dr. Dumb. Remember this screenshot where he said, let it be known on my 20th birthday that someone got me one of those fucking dancing lion costumes from China? Like, Jesus Christ. This man should have a job by now. Here's another screenshot that says, let me catch you guys up to date on the situation. Henry, the pedophile, found fake screenshots, connected me to this random guy who does kind of sound like me, but is so different by a huge margin. He's talking about Nishi. Accusing me of harassment, which I never did, accusing me of being this random guy, got banned from that community, and now is trying to defame me. What the fuck, bro? Wilted flower emoji. He abandoned the name Nishi and has a new YouTube and Discord name, Warden, which focused on a different fandom, where he's still doing bad stuff to this day. Now, there should be some way to try and confirm this, right? Let's go to Warden's channel. Warden's account, right now, is said to have been created on September 8th, 2025. Just about 5 or 6 months ago. And he already has such a ginormous community. It would make sense if he had some sort of like clout before making Warden his new channel. So, you know, maybe we can deduce that Nishi is Warden, that he's just lying about his own history. Y'all do know how to suss out when someone is lying, right? And one of my friends wanted to also give a small testimony on this whole situation, which I recorded while we were in a Discord call, and you may have a listen.
So, hello, I am one of Arlie's friends, you know?
Hi.
Hi. What? It just came to my attention that one of my favorite peoples is basically getting targeted on the server, kinda.
Yeah.
This guy
It's not Dr. Dumb, by the way.
Yeah, it's not Dr. Dumb. It's Warden, guys. Fucking Warden. He comes to Arlie's RV, you know? The cool server where Arlie's RV is, you know, the cool RV. He goes to it on a separate account and takes a picture of the friends list and then posts on his channel and says, guys, these are just some of the freaks about the situation. Excuse me? You know who was online? Someone who's a lot younger than you. Multiple.
Yeah, like freaking.
Do you even know who they are? Do you even have evidence that they were part of it? Mars was trying to low-key, like, not stay out the situation because who wants to be part of this?
Yeah.
He's so for real.
And
you had to drag him into it. So as a few other people that you have on the list. Like,
a list?
No, because he had a picture of the. Hold on. Do we have it?
I remember it. Guys, I'm showing it on screen.
Wait.
I can send it.
Honor Camp was called a CP Defender, by the way.
Yeah, that's. Bro didn't even like do nothing. He just wanted to talk. Low key.
He, in quotes. Today I found another one of those creeps trying to make their big expose video. In this community, I try to start. In my community, trying to start issues. It's more slander campaign than anything. They're just planning it as a disguise. So, all of this because they're terminally online. To fuck off! God, he's so annoying. Like, his voice is so annoying. Usually, I don't make these posts, but in fact, these people are trying to my profile off on the one side. It's crazy. I censored their name so they wouldn't get any re-attention. I don't commission harassment. Which name is censored?
Oh, wait. There's 3 pictures
What
there.
name is censored?
Not in the first image. He censored only my name. By the
He
way.
goes to Got No Names. Yeah, I think I've already have this in the video or whatever. But he goes to Got No Names and goes to his talk about him. You are a hypocrite. Polly Warden 1 day ago. Hold on, let me take a picture of that. You see, what you did, Tall Warden, made my friend scared. He did nothing. You made my friend scared enough to change his whole thing. This poor kid, how could you? You low-key made one of me and Arlie's and a few others' close friend really scared, so he had to change his profile picture and his username. And don't even get me started. You joined our group chat not to like socialize and like try to figure things out, but take a picture. Are we being dead ass? Like, we joined yours so we can get like a bit more information about Dr. Dumb because we didn't know anything. We just figured out that he had piled pornography because he sent me a picture of him. Like, dude, me a picture of him or you commenting on him about, oh, he has child pornography, be careful because he's stupid like that, guys. Dr. Dumb is dumb. Oh,
Low key.
Dr. Dream.
No.
But like, dude, you don't have to be a vigilante. Like, report it, and then if it doesn't happen, and then you get, if like nothing happens, then you be the vigilante.
Vigilante.
But low-key, Dr. Dumb is gone, and you're not trying to resolve this situation with us. We just want to resolve it. We just want, like, to set aside stuff so we can, like, go back to where we were without Dr. Dumb.
Yeah.
But you are calling us a creep, a cultist, and you probably call me a too.
He called all of us. Hold on.
Oh, how could you? So disrespectful.
So disrespectful to us.
We didn't know about Emo Spearmaster Henry, or as Dr. Dumb, was a child pornographer, and you're just mad at us for associating, even though we didn't know. We low-key figured that out like not a month ago. It was like a week ago, and then we were trying to like find stuff because, you know, he was our friend, so we were like trying to like see if he really did have it, and then the evidence pointed toward, yeah, he did. So we're like, oh shoot, he is one of those. So we wanted to like reach out to you, but apparently
Loki, remember he's 20 now?
you're 20? Jesus! You're picking fights with people who are younger with you. What are you on about? What are you on?
He was saying
Also,
that.
when you okay, like I know you already said this part, but when he said get these chronically online, dude, your last post from on this recording was your first post was an hour ago. You know the post from the end of the day, before the end of the day?
Hmm?
His last post before the day mark.
Wait, what?
Was okay, so he posted 23 hours ago, then he posted 21 hours ago, then he posted 20 hours ago, then he posted 18 hours ago, and then he posted 10 hours ago, and then he posted 9 hours ago, 9 hours ago again, then 7 hours ago. What's 5 hours ago? Whoa, he must be so online. Whoa. Whoa, and he posted 4 hours ago too on someone's birthday? Whoa, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's his.
Wow,
He's 20 now.
Anyways, then he posts 4 hours ago, and then he posted an hour ago. What do you mean? I haven't even posted. What do you mean I'm chronically online?
Bro, I've been online on my computer editing this freaking video because so much stuff has been happening.
Dude.
Loki, I just wanted to take like a power nap as soon as I got home.
Tall Warden, if you hear this, please just like hear the people. It's not just about power. We need
We the
answers.
people.
We the people need answers, and we'll clear up the situation. But,
Just
like,
me, actually.
yeah, well, yeah. Don't contact me, please. I don't want to be contacted. But like, still though, contact Arlie
Hi.
and please, just like, you know, he only sees what he wants to see, not what happened.
Okay, this is low-key about to reach 14 minutes, so
Anyways,
thank you,
that's all,
Jean.
guys.
I forgot to mention, Tall Warden also tried reaching out to me. Yippee! So nice of him to try and make an alt account and disguise as one of his own friends, and then say he has insider information about Tall Warden, only to call me a pedophile protector. So what happened is, I don't know if this is actually Tall Warden or if he's telling the truth about it being one of his friends, but either way, they made a new account under Whoopi Schloopelbop, and like I said they have crucial insider info on that Tall Warden guy. I mean, it was also pretty obvious to try and like deduce, hey, is this guy legit? But I also didn't want to like pass up any like chance to learn anything else about the situation, you know? So I let him talk with me for a little bit, and he basically just said slander about himself, and I ended up sending him the document of all the files that I've been gathering over the past week. He also says that that's fake. Oh wow, who would have thought? It's all fake news. Fake news. It's all fake. Whatever. Also, one of the things that I noticed was that he had joined this one server that I was in, and that's probably how he was able to contact me. He said he had to do a lot of digging to find me because he was unsure I would answer his friend request. Basically, he tried tracking me down like a freaking stalker. I don't know what proves that he's more terminally online than that. He also says, and he's lied a lot about his personality and his location. He is from Hawaii, and his actual name is Tito, and Tito was always a bad person, and he lives here now. To me, that's felt like he was about to send an image of where he lived, and I had to specifically point out, no, I don't want to know where he lives. That's like doxing someone. And if he did that as like a way to get me to say like, oh yes, give me his location, then he would actually send one and then be able to spin that into saying that I was gonna dox him or something, or pull up to his actual house. I don't even want to meet this guy IRL. He's just weird. After he basically just slandered himself for another minute, he said, "You're a pedophile protector. Stop talking to Henry. You will burn with him. Pedophile protector." I love how you say that you don't condone harassment and that you don't actually bully people, and then go and do something like this and call it trolling. Telling me that I will burn with him. Yeah, that's so nice of you. He's trolling so hard. Ugh, my feelings! The important thing here is that this situation cannot go on any longer. So, Tall Warden, because I know you're watching this right now, or somebody in your community is, or what have you, but you have 24 hours to contact me so we can talk this situation through and put it to rest and actually like end things. You can voice call me, you can text me, I don't care. You found a way once, find a way again. And I don't want your community involved in this, because due to recent information that I just shown, they might just be a giant pack of cultists, and I don't think they'll have anything meaningful to say. If you fail to do so, we're just gonna report your freaking YouTube, like what happened to your original Niji account for harassment, because that has literally been all you've been doing for the past week. And don't you fucking dare try any funny business. You'll just prolong the situation even more, and worse can happen. Let's just be civil about this. Let's be mature You're literally a fucking adult. You should know how to do that. This video was mainly to just put out this information for publicity's sake. I'm not making a single dime off of this. I don't get paid by YouTube. One of the things I told Warden said was that I was making this video to profit off of drama. So fun. But I have nothing else to say. Told Warden, I expect to see you very soon.